Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Derek here. Today we are reacting to another episode of The Umbrella Academy. This is season 2, episode 5. This episode is called Valhalla. Last time we learned about the Majestic 12, which is like this secret organization that is doing nefarious things. I kind of compared them to the 12 from Killing Eve, but we learned that Mr. Hargreaves, or Reginald Hargreaves, their dad was a part of it. Vanya did some sick water powers. She's now a waterbender, which is lit. Normally, before, she was just an airbender working with sound. Now she's a waterbender too. So, maybe her powers will develop even further, and she'll become a firebender and an earthbender. Klaus got punched by Dave. That was sad. Allison got called out by her husband, which was justified. She deserved that. Allison and my boy Gorilla Man reconnected slightly. Diego met his mom, and then there was a fight scene with the Swedes at the end, and then Five yelled something in Greek, which means something. I don't know what it means yet, but hopefully we'll learn. I think potentially we might have a connection with Reginald coming up here, but I'm not 100% sure. But either way, I'm excited. And before we jump into it, please consider leaving a like on the video, and please subscribe. Helps so much. Love having you guys here. But otherwise, let's jump into episode 5, Valhalla. Is this Pogo, maybe? Yo, is this a Pogo origin story? So the building they went to was them just studying Pogo. Like, you knew there was some sort of setup with Pogo there, but it's just all about it? Does something happen to Pogo up there? Yeah, that doesn't look good. What's happening? What? Oh, okay. I was like, did he just... There's no way he just died. What is that? What is that? Some weird alien juice that he just put in him?
The Wanderer. Harry for years on end.
Reggie, he's sleeping.
And I suppose Homer will have to wait.
So he was their first kid? Aww. Yo, Pogo, you precious little baby. I love you. Oh, was that what he was reading? Did he yell something from Homer?
You're too good. You ask too many questions. You know too much. And you fight like you know what you're doing.
He's got a point.
If I get in my way, if I see you again, I will kill you.
God dang. 5. What the affirmative action here?
Hey, is that coffee?
Post-coital coffee. Not some of hers. Go get your own. Dog barks outside. Your dad's home. Not your dad, your husband's home. Love that homeless dude. Fitting song. He can't love you. He didn't before and he won't now.
I'm your son.
No, you're not.
No, I'm from the future.
No, you're not.
You adopted me and 6 other children in 1989.
No, I didn't.
I know about the moon base. I know about all your experiments with monkeys.
Apes.
I know everything about you.
Do you? What if he lied to you all these years?
Listen, I don't know who sent you or what you want, but you can run back to your masters at CIA or KGB and tell them that this is the most ridiculous gambit in spycraft history.
What? Why? Why is it ridiculous?
Now take yourself and the stench of failure that encircles you and get out of my house.
Yo, you have to come up with something better to let him know that you're from the future.
Oh well, at least he didn't shank my ass.
No, bro. He shanked your heart.
That's true, he did.
Bathrobe.
Care? I just want a kid.
Yo, Carlin sucks at that game.
Well, you're gonna have to. Carl. Stay out of this one.
You my wife or not?
What just
the
happened?
hell was that?
Is that her outside controlling the weather? Oh, Harlan, you beautiful boy. Way to calm her down.
What would you say you are on a scale from 1 to ending all life on this planet?
Really?
Diego, put the knife away, you idiot. She's fine.
The last time I saw this one, she had me suspended midair, sucking the life out of me with energy tentacles. I think I'm allowed a little time to process.
Oh, I would love to see an energy tentacle.
That's also a little fair.
I'm sorry. If that means anything.
An apology does help.
Just going through a lot right now.
Did we all get sexier?
Yes. Every one of you. Congratulations. Except for that random dude.
Can't believe I have a sister.
Now hug.
Spend here?
Oh, no. No, unfortunately, ghosts can't time travel.
Are you kidding me?
Come on, man. Let Ben in on the fun.
Business.
That's smart, dropping it from up there so then they think it's real. Diego? Why Diego?
But the real kick in the pants here is we brought the end of the world back here with us.
Oh my god, again?
All of you knew? Why am I always the last one to find out about the end of the... Oh my god, my cult is gonna be so pissed. 5? I told him we had until 2019.
We have until Monday. We have 6 days.
Is it Vanya?
Wow.
What? It's usually Vanya.
Do you have any leads, 5?
Is it Vanya?
Yeah, we have one.
Usually Vanya.
So I think we all know what we have to do.
Find Dad.
He hates his dad.
None of us. Has anyone here done anything to screw up the timeline?
Diego's been stalking Lee Harvey Oswald.
And you're working for Jack Ruby.
Allison has been very involved in local politics.
Okay, you started a cult.
Thank you.
I'm just a nanny on a farm. I don't have anything to do with all of that. Well, maybe you do. We just don't know it yet.
Harlan is up to something.
Listen, you're...
I don't think that's part of
You
it.
all die. I was there. I saw it. I want to forget it, but I can't. I saw Russian nukes vaporize the world with all of you in it. In a war that never happened until we brought it here. And Hazel gave his life to save us, so you need to shut up and just listen to me. I don't know if the thing... No one leaves until we figure this out.
Are you gonna stop him, 5?
Wanted the monkey. think you learned how to fight dirty. Son of a bitch.
Well, you did say you would kill her, so...
I've missed you all.
Ben.
There's a long black car that's been following us since we left Elliot's. 6 o'clock.
Yeah. That Reginald's car? An invitation to something. This old creepy old dude is just like, there you go.
Sewers. Reginald Hargreaves. Request the pleasure of your company for a light supper on the 20th of November, 1963, 7:30, 1624 Magnolia Street.
A light supper.
A light supper?
Luther was my lover.
We have never even kissed.
Yeah, you guys were making little sick moondog eyes at each other all through puberty and breakfast and all that.
Aren't we all brothers and sisters?
Well, technically,
Technically, if you afterwards use the word technically, you're already in trouble.
Yeah.
Hey, can we focus? I mean, clearly, we're not saving the world.
Face it, the healthiest long-term relationship in this family.
5 in his mannequin.
5 was banging that mannequin. The only thing the Umbrella Academy knows about love is how to swim.
Vanya's like, what? I love when they dance in the show. I don't know what a Watusi is. That was fun. I like that they just included this cute little moment with them. Oh, this is a trap. He's not there. It's just in the woods. That's a tripwire. My dude just got smoked. That's one brother down. Dude just got eviscerated. They show us so much dancing to do. Is this the part for like Billie Eilish's Bad Guy? You're a tough guy, like a really rough guy. This is Billie Eilish. Is this a cover? Bad guy. Duh.
set up yet,
5, come on, you're a goddamn professional. Isn't 5 like the best in the biz? How does she keep getting away? Does she have powers?
You're better than I thought.
You were entirely average. You can come out now.
Well done.
Hello? Sounds like Adele. This is just Adele in Swedish.
Sit down.
Sit your ass
I've
down,
been
boy.
thinking, and I've decided.
God dang.
I'm gonna tell you everything.
So they burned their brethren, like a traditional Viking funeral. Is that traditional Viking funeral? I think so. But now they're gonna be on a war path. That's it? Oh, that's why it's called Valhalla. I just put that together. This episode was it had a lot of emotions in it, both positive and negative. Let's start at the beginning. What went down? We learned about Pogo. A little bit of backstory about Pogo. So he was sent into space via rocket from the Hargreaves and a bunch of other people. So we learned I assume we learned what that building was. That was all creepy and weird and not inhabited. Was probably part of Pogo's training to make him an astronaut. But then something goes wrong and he crashes and presumably would have died. But Reginald injected him with some red goo stuff, which I don't know what that is. Probably some alien goo that he took with him from wherever he was. And then he's fine. And then him and Grace, I believe is her name, right? Kind of raise him as a son. And he's reading from Homer. And I believe he remembers that. He thinks back to that. Because I think that's what 5 yelled out. Was part of the line that he read to Pogo. So maybe he thought I only do this for my children, and now this kid is literally yelling this out to me. Gotta be my kid. What else? We had Vanya and Sissy have some post-coital talk about running away, but then their husband gets back real quick and they're like, frick, this sucks. And then the whole gang is getting back together. We get some backstory of Luther getting rejected by Dad. That's a bummer. And they all have so many unresolved issues with their father. It's insane. This man, he just died and then left them all with so much baggage. But we still don't know what ends the world. Whether it's them saving Kennedy or whether it's them letting Kennedy die or what the deal is. The commission seems to really want Kennedy dead, and they seem to think that the Umbrella Academy's presence here is not a good thing. They want the world to end in 2019, I believe. Although, do they actually want it to end in 2019 I assume they do. Who knows? We had some moments with Harlan calming down Vanya while she's freaking out. That was a little nice. And then the whole family getting together. That was real nice. I like that the whole family is now they're there in one place and everyone's being all nice to Vanya because they all were horrible to her growing up because she didn't have powers. They were all these typical young kids. They already thought they were awesome because they had powers and she didn't, and they maybe looked down on her, and then she wrote this book about her life and her experiences, and then they hated her even more. And then they realized how horribly they treated her, and so now they're all being nice to her. They're a little bit they're throwing a little bit of shade for ending the world, like Klaus. He's like, "Is it Vanya again?" And they're like, "No, Klaus." And he's like, "Well, it's usually her." The one other time. But all her interactions with the family are just so cute, and I love Klaus this whole episode, just being a total bro. Like, it's wonderful. Like, they go and get tacos. That's precious. But then they're like, Five's like, we gotta talk to Dad, and Luther's like, nope, I'm gone. This man already rejected me. I don't want to talk to him. Like, I'm sick of this crap. And they're all like, quit being a little baby. Until he invites them to dinner. So that's fun. What else? What else went down? I love that Klaus straight up just calls out Allison in the hairdresser place about like the weird incestuous relationship she has with her brother. Like, he's laying it all on the line. He's like, yo, you're in love with this lady from the farm. You're in love with your brother. And she just keeps going like, we're not technically blood related. And he's like, yeah, but if you gotta bring in technically, like, you're already in trouble. Like, most people's opinions from season 1 is like, this is a little iffy. You're like, you never kissed, but you just constantly were making moon eyes lovey-dovey at each other at breakfast. Like, come on, man. And they're just, they're having a good old time, and they are drunk, and then they dance together and just have fun, and like, everything about them is just so cute and fun, and I love it. I love it. And they're just like, you know what? No more secrets. The world's ending in 6 days. So Vanya goes home to confess her love to Sissy, and Sissy's just like, yo, fam, I got a life. Like, she's scared to leave it. Which, in 1963, probably none of the stuff they have there is in her name. It's probably all in her husband's name. So she could deuce out of there without really losing anything. She takes her kid with. They got a whole system set up. Then they got to find out how to make money, though. I think she has a job, but I'm not sure. But she kind of shuts Vanya down, and in fact also had sex with her husband, which in today's world you'd be like, yo, what the heck are you doing? Back then it's not good. It's not good that it's understandable, but it's a little more understandable because it's like the mentality of like, oh, you do what your husband wants or whatever, which sucks. But it makes sense that she would still go along with it. I don't know if I don't think the LGBTQ plus moment or movement was as developed in 1963 as it is now. So, she probably doesn't fully realize necessarily where she falls along that spectrum right now. And so she's sticking with her husband for now. Plus, it's also hard to leave a life that you're entrenched in, even though you're kind of stuck in this box. Like, when you have all these roots built into one spot, it's very, very difficult to just uproot all that. And Vanya is not happy about it. And then, Allison goes and she's like, I'm gonna tell Raimondo everything. Raimondo. And she walks in, she's like, sit down right now. And he's like, all right, you seem angry, so I'm gonna do that. And she's like, I'm gonna tell you everything, which is good. I didn't understand why she thought that she could just continue to be married to this dude and not tell him everything. Like, who do you think you are? You are choosing to, like, that's a requirement for being married to someone, is to have there be no barriers in terms of vulnerability. And I'm glad that she started it. And then Klaus goes to break up with his cult. Oh, one thing that I missed that I didn't talk about, Ben, the whole time. So he appeared to them at the end, and they all know that he like exists, I think, right? Or maybe only 5 is like fully aware, because he was like, yo, is Ben here? And Klaus is like, no, unfortunately ghosts can't time travel. And I don't know if he just doesn't want to manifest him in front of them again, or like he just wants to keep it to himself, or like what the deal is. But he when Allison is like, oh, who are you talking to? He's like, oh, it's just some cowboy, an ugly cowboy. And then, you know, when Five asks if he's there, he's like, no, ghosts can't time travel. So like none of these people seem to know that Ben is there. And so I think when he finally does appear, that'll be a super sweet moment. And then they all walk away and he's like, I miss you guys. Like, it's been so, like, because he's been with Klaus. So presumably from the moment, like, he died, like, something must have happened and he's just been chilling. He's been chilling with Klaus ever since. And then eventually Klaus went his separate ways and the rest of them went their separate ways. So he hasn't really been back as a whole family in a while, since like the end of the world previously, which wasn't even that long ago. But even then they weren't like friendly with each other. They were all like, I hate everything, I don't know why I'm here. But this was like a nice friendly family moment, and they go to get tacos and Ben's just like, man, I miss this. Like, he misses a family. He's just been lonely with Klaus the whole time. And I can't imagine it's fun watching your brother constantly spiral out of control. I don't know, man. I'm super pumped for Ben, though, that maybe he's starting to find his family again. Ooh, and then the handler pulls a little sneaky on the Swedes. She gets, her plan, I guess, is to kill them. I think she was hoping she'd get more than one of them, but she got Diego's knife and implanted it into a tree, and then dropped instructions to them through the fireplace so that they would go to that location. And then she just blew one up, just destroyed that man. And then they have a Viking funeral for him at the end, where they put him on a boat and they set it on fire, which was kind of dope, actually. And then there's the fight scene between Five and Lila. He ends up winning, but there were a lot of moments within that fight where he would like blip through time, or not through time, through space to like attack her and do something, and as soon as he'd unblip, she'd be gone already, which maybe leads me to believe that she's not completely normal, and maybe she has some abilities as well. You know, what if she's one of the kids that had the gifts or whatever, like that was born, and something happened to her, because she said the line, the handler said the line, like, I pulled you out of this slum. But then she wasn't in a slum. So maybe the commission found one of the pregnant people that was maybe in like India, and they took her and just put her in a family. But then that family was like neglective and drinking and stuff. So then they went and killed that family when they decided, like, okay, it's time that you can be trained now. So maybe she has abilities similar to Five's abilities. Who knows? That would be really cool if she had gifts. Just, she seems generally the same age as all of them. And I want to know more about her. But then the handler comes out, Five beats her in a fight, which makes sense because Five has had so much more like training and field work. Like, he's so much better. And Lila's like, you're better than I thought you'd be. And he's like, you're mediocre at best. And then the handler comes out. I assume she's going to try and like make a deal with him about something. Who knows, though? And then, yeah, the rest of the episode is just kind of showing each family member doing their respective thing for that night. And it was good. I like this episode. I'm very happy with this season so far. This is 5 episodes in. Next episode is called A Light Supper, which is so that I assume they're going to be meeting with their dad, because that's what he invited them to, was a light supper. And for some reason, Luther seemed surprised by that terminology. Maybe normally they have a heavy supper or a normal supper, or like, I don't know what the significance of a light supper is. But when he was like, a light supper, like, I don't know what that means. But I assume they are going to meet with their dad and be like, yo, end of the world, 6 days, fix it. Like, you're a genius and possibly an alien. Fix this for us. Like, they haven't explained that at all. Like, that's the scene from season 1. Like, he is either a time traveler from the far future, or he is an alien, because he was in a place and his wife was dying and there was rockets taking off from this place, so presumably far future where everyone has personal rockets, or an alien planet. Probably more likely far future, because he's aware that time travel exists and that it can happen, because he potentially traveled back in time after his wife died. I don't know how he would have done that. Who knows? What did you guys think of this episode down below? Let me know in the comments. Don't tell me what's going to happen next if you know, but, maybe don't. I mean, I don't want to say hint towards stuff, but don't. Like, I want to know, but don't tell me. But do comment down below. What did you think of this episode? What have you thought of the whole season as a whole so far? Are you excited? If you haven't watched farther, are you excited about what happens next? If you haven't watched farther, what do you think will happen next? Are you guys as happy about Allison just being part of the fam as I am? I'm loving it so far. Let me know. And then, yeah, please leave a like on the video and please subscribe. That helps. I know I say that every time, but it helps. It helps a lot. I got to work on cutting down my uhs and uhs. I'm getting better, guys. Don't worry. There's another one. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.